And for those of you that don't know, it's Carlos Gracie Jr., BJJ legend. So where was this and when was this?
I'm not even, let me see. That looks like Ricardo Almeida's old school.
So would that be Jersey?
Yeah, that's in New Jersey, about, I don't know, 2005-ish. I mean, I'm a purple belt.
So you maybe training 5 years, 6 years at the time?
Yeah, about.
Okay. Was it a seminar class? Was he just like dropping in?
This was not to sound all cryptic, but this was a secret seminar that Henzo that Henzo put on. Like literally, this is like literally that Henzo put on at Ricardo's, or they brought Carlinos into Ricardo's, but it was only brown belts and up, and it was all Henzo's top guys. So guys came from everywhere, like even the old school guys, like Sean Alvarez was there, and a bunch of stuff. And I remember that specifically because I was the only purple belt there. Everybody else was brown belt and up. And I was allowed to partake in like one day of training, and then the other day I had to sit out, but I filmed everything. I actually have that was a whole weekend, 2 or 3 days. I actually filmed that whole thing. I have it on like VHS cassette somewhere in a box. And that was a pretty instrumental period, because that was right when we were starting to do I mean, it was instrumental because all those great people in a room, obviously with Carlinos in from Brazil, but that was the time that we were just starting to push teaching jiu-jitsu from a curriculum, from like a written curriculum, which nobody was doing back then. Like a lot of people don't realize that Amal and Ricardo Almeida were two of the pioneers of teaching jiu-jitsu from a written curriculum, like a structured curriculum, not just, because before we started doing that, I don't know anybody that was doing that. That was something that Amal was pretty adamant about from early on, because he used to, and it was pretty unprecedented, because not only was people not using a structured curriculum, but they were adamantly against using a curriculum, because when we started saying we wanted to do it, we took a lot of heat from everybody, saying that's not how you teach jiu-jitsu, that's McDojo shit and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Ricardo and Amal are two of the first people to really spearhead that structured curriculum, which is funny because everybody teaches from a curriculum today. I mean, any school that's legit today, that's considered legit, has a documented structured curriculum now, but it was completely 180 back then. And we were working on it for a couple of years at that point, or Amal was, and I think we were implementing, and it's like a real precursor stuff to what we're doing now. But I remember that meeting, because Ricardo, after that was all over, they pulled, the plan was to pull Carlinos to the side and demonstrate the curriculum and explain to him how we're doing it and all this kind of stuff. And they took like the whole end of the afternoon and they went over it with him, and he was super impressed. And I remember specifically, he said that he's been teaching jiu-jitsu his whole life, and now he said something along the lines of, now my students are teaching me how to teach jiu-jitsu. He said it was amazing. So yeah, it was a pretty cool event.
That's awesome.